All right, can you hear me now? Man, I was fixing that. All right, here we go. Here we go again. Here we go again. Shout out to everybody. Shout out to. Let's start over again. I was over here talking to myself. First and last out, yeah, just stopping by to show some love. That was Baby Girl Wendy. What's up, Hangman Stranger? Good afternoon. Ftdk in chat at work listening. Okay. Listening and work. All right, very good. Oakland. OG Smalls. Nice to see you, Oakland. Hangman Stranger. OG Smalls. What's up, Frank T and Familia? Can't hear you. Oh, sorry about that, Salvi. And I thought I had set it up, but I guess I didn't. I wasn't looking at the right thing. Muted. Yeah, man. I always got to do that, bro. But I got off exactly at 5, like earlier, like these last few days, I've been getting off like maybe like 15, 20 minutes. But today, I like earlier, like maybe 4:45, 4:50, I'm done. But today, I finished exactly at 5. And then I'm saving a video, just so you guys know. I was working on the video, so I'm saving a video. And once it's saved, I'm going to load it up. So that kind of took some time because I had to record something, man. Let's see. No worries, fam. I can read. That's right, OG Smalls. Hey, man, shout out to all of you guys, man. You guys make me laugh. And that's good. That's good. That's a good thing. It's good to have a good sense of humor. It is. It's But we're talking papas. We're over here talking papas. Tuesday, talking papas with Frank Ticas, dropping knowledge. It's Trifling Tuesday. Trifling Tuesdays. Coming in and loud, clear, Frank. All right, thanks, ill-mannered. OG Smalls. That's right, OG Smalls. All right, cool, Hangman. That's right. Let's see. OG Smalls just said we transcend all dick riders and chorizo holders. Hey, what's up, Hayes One? Nice to see you, brother. Nice to see you, Ghost. When I started this, everywhere. Hey, when I started this to you, bro. Nice of you to stop by. Good to see you today, fam. Ill manner. That's right, man. That's right, Christopher. Hey, bro. What's up, man? Hey, Johnny. Saludos, Frank in chat. All right, hey, thanks so much, Johnny Low. Free Mag. All right, Magpie. Hey, listen. Today is Trifling Tuesday. We're going to talk a little bit about Trifling Tuesday. Frank Ticas talking papas. You know how it goes. Today's Tuesday. We're going to continue talking papas. What I was telling you guys is that right now, I was telling you I'm loading up a video that I recorded. It's a reaction video. I did do some editing. That's why it took a little bit. But really, it's a reaction video. I'm reacting to the video that Dubs put out today. I was going to react to a video that he put out like 2-3 days ago, where he was talking about the forbidden word. I haven't even seen that video. So I was going to watch it. I was going to react to it. I was going to record the reaction, and what I did with this video. So that's kind of what messed up my timing too today. That's kind of what messed up my timing. That's why I wasn't able to set up the volume and everything. Although I have been, I've been fucking that up almost every day. So sorry about that, guys. Hey, so we got 20 people watching. Hey, that's cool, man. 20 people right now. That's pretty good. Maybe people are expecting. I noticed that yesterday. I noticed how like the viewer count started going up a little bit before a certain interaction occurred. So I'm just, those are things that I'm looking at now. Like now I look at like small surges like that, Free Little White Ferret. Yeah, man. Hey, always keep Little White Ferret in your prayers. Hey, let's, this is the time of the live in which I always want to remind you guys to please pray for, some of you may not pray. Some of you may believe in sending positive energy or, I don't know. But whatever it is, it could be the Care Bear stare. You remember the Care Bear stare, and their little logos would light up and they would throw a light, and all combined it was a rainbow and shit. Whatever it is. It could be a Care Bear stare, a prayer, Hey, what's up? Two times. Nice to see you. Nice to see you. Ill manner, we love Fair. Yeah, man. So shout out to Fair. Shout out to Rob Venegas. That I hope his recovery is quick, it's smooth, and it's permanent. Right. That's what we're praying for. And just everybody. Sometimes we just go through bad times, through bad days. Sometimes it could be health related. Which we know, like hey, prayers to Rob, right, of misled. Prayers to him and just everyone. No Katie Frizzle, prayers to her and her mother. What's up, Shankopotamus? Man, no matter. Good day, Frank and Chad. Hey, that's the right, Popeye. Nice to see you, man. Um, but yeah, just keep people in mind. Keep people in your prayers. Every morning that I wake up, that's the first thing that I do. Before I start working, before I do most anything, I do try to pray, and have that time in which I do think about everyone and everything and myself. I pray for myself all the time, for my kids, for my wife, for my job, for my health. And I think that my prayers are answered because I'm not trifling. It's Trifling Tuesday. We're going to talk about being trifling, man. There's so many, there's so much going on in the world, online, everywhere, man. Fuck. That's right, Shankopotamus. Hey, if you haven't already hit the like, please hit the like. If you haven't subscribed, please do so. Okay, it's free. You can be supporting me. I will continue putting out content. As a matter of fact, what you hear right now, you can hear it. That's my video for today that I'm about to start loading up to YouTube. These are things that I do while I'm working. I can multitask. I can do many things. That's right, Rudy Palencias. Hey, eso, man. Shout out to you, bro. And I honestly believe that my work ethic, me, the way that I am now responsible, the way that I now have ethics. You're cleaning the windows. Hey, what's up, Terp? Saludos to you, respetos. Hey, man. I here for Cookie Plex part. I don't know. I don't think. Oh, you know what? As a matter of fact, let me go ahead and put the link. You guys already know. It's open panel. It's always open panel. I'm gonna go ahead and pin that. Terps, good to see you. Yeah, Terps. Hey, good video you put out today, bro. Thank you. Thank you for putting out your videos, and we're gonna continue to support each other, man. I really dig when I see you guys active. Terps, you need to do it more, bro. That's all I can say. I just want to see more of it. Free pinch. That's right, Ghost. Rudy, that's right. Frank, did you catch the Slugs Joker DUI video? What a hypocrite. Yeah, bro. I saw part of it. I do want to watch all of it. I did see part of it. But yeah. Nah, he's a weirdo. Hey, what's up, Oakland? Everything. Awesome video, Terps. Yeah, man. Awesome video, Terps. I'm about to load mine up. It might take a while. It's like 10 minutes, but since I'm loading it on my phone, sometimes it takes a while for it to load. But I'm doing that as we speak. But yeah, I honestly think that my prayers are answered because I'm not trifling. I'm really not a trifling individual. Terms, don't free money. I'm not a trifling individual. You know, good to see you, sister. That's right. I used to be. No, I understand what it is to scam, to take advantage of people, hurt people, and you know, scare people, or maybe even leave them traumatized. What's up, JM805er? I mean, at least I know that my immediate family was hurt by me, by my actions, by how they saw I was going down. Slipping into darkness. I love that song. I used to love it back then for the the reasons that I had back then to love slipping into darkness. I felt that I was slipping into darkness. And that part where it says pretty soon you're gonna pay, that always hit me like pretty soon you're gonna pay. Blah. That shit would that always hit. Even now it hits, but now it hits different. What's up, Terps? Nice to see you. Oakland. What's up? Yo, what's up, everybody? Hey, what's up, Torta Pounder? Nice to see you, man. That's right, big friend. Hey, what's up, Moni? My Gusby foot. Man, cook your shit right. Wash your hands, fool. Fuck. She's still on the John. When you gotta take a shower first. Yeah, I'm not trifling. No, I'm not interested. I'm not in no way, shape, or form do I want to get over on people. No way, shape, or form. But I'm trying to get over like on YouTube. Like, I want to get over on like YouTube paying me. That's what I want to get over on. For example, and get over is not maybe not the right term, but I want to come up. I want to make money, profit off of this, profit off my job. Like I want to reach my bonuses, shit. You know, but I wouldn't be able to do any of that if I was trifling. I think that when you're trifling, when you're doing sneaky shit, when you can't be trusted, when you're like running like little schemes in the background, it takes a lot of work, it takes a lot of concentration, and eventually you will be discovered. Either because you can't walk a fine line between trying to do good and doing bad shit. Like that fine line will only get finer and finer until it stops existing and you have to fall on either side, right? Either you're going to be completely honest or you're going to be completely corrupt. No. I want to be on kick with a cam crew following me. I don't let militia. Yeah. You know, I believe that when you are trifling, when you're doing sneaky things, when you're, constantly conspiring to do evil, it takes a lot of energy. It takes a lot of mental strength to be able to balance it. Oh, look, they're jumping in early today. Explain yourself. Explain yourself. Help. Explain yourself. They came in early today. My reaction to at say let me out the basement. Little white ferret. That's right, little white ferret. Nice to see you. Don't roll your eyes out. My dream. It puts the lotion on the skin. What's up, little white ferret? Nice to see you. I'm not trifling. Look, see, this is the type of thing that makes me laugh. because these guys think that they know me, and you judge me based on your condition. Like you project onto me your sadness and your hypocrisy. No, that's what you do. Like what you're doing there by coming out here and exposing yourself, like exposing your point of view like this, the way you're doing it here, right? You're a sad man. Why am I a sad man? If I'm a hypocrite, I wouldn't be sad because I'd be doing hypocritical shit to stay happy. Doesn't make sense to be sad and a hypocrite. Like you have to know how these things work, bro. You're just putting words together. That's all you do. That's all you guys do is put words together. It sounds good, but when you really think about it, it's like, wait a minute. Is that compatible? Because usually hypocrites are having a good time because you're playing both sides. Until it hits. Like I said, until it hits. Pretty soon you're going to pay. You eventually pay if you're a hypocrite. You eventually pay if you're playing a part, if you're acting as though you're not who you are. Bro, go back on my videos. There's consistency. Shout out to homie Ftdk dropping. Hey, what's up, my chat? Nice to see you, bro. Nice to see you. Good to see you. For Hellplex is lame. Yeah, you desperately seek attention from who? From who? This might be Wonka. From who? I'm trying to build a channel. You don't understand what it takes to build a channel, bitch? This means putting out content, and that's exactly what I'm doing. You're the one over here concerned about my happiness. Am I sad? Am I happy? What is this guy? I can't. Is he really happy? Like, is he really blessed? Like, is this guy really real? That's something that you're struggling with. I can see. You can't grasp it. And that just tells me that you've never had stableness. You've never had stableness. You've never had stability, emotional, whatever type of stability. So one of those is off, or many of those are off. You don't have emotional stability. You really need to put yourself out here. That'll be how much still in pain. All right, little white ferret. Hope you feel better. That's right, Popeye. Yeah, I hope you feel better soon, ferret. That's right. Bum and his little group of dirt bags are so. I'm waiting for the next response while I finish loading up this video. Let's see. Sending love to all of you. Just remember how. Nah, I don't want to remember none of that. All our ops are clones of each other, possessed by a sin. I mean, you can believe that, or you can believe it's the same person, or maybe the same two people behind. Now it could be three now, 3 or 4. Okay. Let me see. I'm still writing over here. Sorry about that, guys. Like I said, I'm loading up a video. Hey, what's up, Blue? What's good hey, man, chilling, bro. Hey, shout out to you, Blue. Shout out to Mimi. No prayers all the time for you guys. Like that's what I was saying at the beginning. I always have my prayers to everyone that's down with the Exposed Tube movement, ladies of Exposed Tube, everyone that's in the chat, everyone that's a part of what we do, that's down with us, that's cool with us, that understands what we do. I always want to see you guys shine. I always want to see you well. I always want to see you healthy. Because like I was saying, that's how God has been allowing me to live. But because I'm not trifling, I'm not a trifling ass dude. Today's Tuesday, Trifling Tuesday. We're talking papas. Frank Ftdk's dropping on. It's talking papas. If you haven't hit the like, please do so. If you haven't subscribed, why not? Even my haters, watch me. I'm pretty sure they're subscribed. They probably get notifications. That's right. You can't be trifling. You can't be trifling and expect things to go your way. You should at least try to have peace with the people that you live around, like your family, your immediate family. Like you should try to live at peace with your immediate family. If you're not at peace with your immediate family because of bullshit that you know you do, maybe you lie, maybe you're always fucking around, maybe you don't pay attention, maybe, I'm talking to those people that may be in a situation where they know that they're the fuck ups. I mean, I was the fuck up. I have to admit it, you know? And sometimes you just need to hear it. Like, man, if you know you're the fuck up, if you know you're fucking around, don't excuse yourself. Fucking find ways of changing that shit. No Dice Media, it's hilarious to hear a so-called grown man call himself a troll. Yeah, bro. That's right. They're like, fair things for the mental image. Yeah. Hey, what's up, Ramiro? Shout out to you, brother. Shout out to you. That's right, old man. Hey, Mimi. Hey, Chad. Hey, what's up, Frank? Let them watch you succeed. Hey, thank you so much, Mimi. Same to you. Same to Blue. Same to the ladies. Same to everybody. Now I've been very, very upfront that I'm trying to make this channel grow. And for that I have to be consistent. I'm going to be consistently going live as much as I can. Now I'm going to be consistently dropping videos. I'm about to drop one. you know, I'm doing, like, I'm here and I'm like editing what I'm about to drop on YouTube as well. But what I'm saying is, and I just want you guys to understand, like, you need to stop being trifling. Like, you need to stop being a trifling ass person. Yeah, you may excuse yourself sometimes to continue to be a trifling ass motherfucker. Maybe you have excuses, maybe you have reasons that you think are valid to talk about someone behind their back, to plot against them. It's crazy because the people that'll hurt you, the ones that'll usually the ones that are the most trifling are the ones closest to you. It happens. And it's usually over unresolved shit, like shit that hasn't been resolved and it just festered up. I always talk about things like that because that's usually what happens. It's usually due to unresolved issues, trauma, whatever, that's still embedded. And if you've got someone that if you already know, or if you think you know who's the cause of it, you will focus most of your ire, most of your anger, most of your ill will towards this person or towards this object or entity, whatever it is. There are people that are mad at God, and I can understand people that are upset at God if they did not receive something they prayed for, right? Or things aren't going their way. That's right, Shankopotamus. But sometimes even a no is a blessing. Like, I believe that. Like, I've had to learn, like, when I've prayed for things, that it's a no, but it's a no because it's the best thing for me. And I have learned that because now a lot of the things that I used to pray for when I was younger, that maybe would have been the death of me because I wouldn't have known how to handle it, I'm now starting to see manifest in my life in different ways, in different areas where I'm like, okay, well, where, I remember praying for that and now I see it. Like, I didn't even notice when it became a part of my life. That's right, Ramiro, that's right. But I honestly think that it started when I stopped being a trifling ass fool. I mean, look, we can think that we're turning our life around, that we're not the same person. Like, you hear these guys sometimes, oh, I'm not the same person, I'm not harming anyone anymore. Well, good for you, bitch. You shouldn't be. Like, that's like the lowest level. That's the lowest standard. Like, you shouldn't be hurting motherfuckers. You should be living in peace with people. That's what we're supposed to be doing. Hit the like on my like it. What people want to be applauded for the bare minimum shit. People want to be applauded for being a good dad, for being a responsible dad. Bitch, you're supposed to be responsible. Like, that should not be something out of the ordinary. If you decided to bring a child into this world and you're a father or you're a mother, Don't expect an applause because you feed and clothe your baby. Like, that's your job, bitch. Like, what the fuck? Like, people want to be applauded for like shit that should just be standard. That's why, because of that sentiment, they don't understand when we got our shit together. Like, for them, it's like, nah, that you can't, you're a hypocrite. Nah, you're a sad man. like they tell me. Like, they cannot truly comprehend that you can get to a level in your life where certain things start happening because you stop being trifling. Stop lying to people. Like, stop lying to people. You don't have to lie to kick it. Stop scamming people. If they give you an extra $5 in change and you know that you shouldn't be getting that extra $5 in change at the store, give it back. It's not a blessing. You're trifling. You're dishonest. You're being dishonest. You can't call that a blessing when you know it's not a blessing. Like, sometimes we call shit blessings. Like, how can you call being on TikTok asking for galaxies, and when you get one, that's a blessing? Bitch, no, you're begging. Like, let's call a spade a spade. People call blessings anything while they're being trifling. No, you're trifling, bitch. My turn again to cook dinner. Listen, all right. Well, hey, maybe the third time's a charm, so you might have to do it again tomorrow. What's up, Mateo? Nice to see you. Nice to see you, Mateo. Thanks for listening in. Hopefully, it's coming in loud and clear. That's right, Shank. Yeah, we got Ramiro, we got Shankopotamus, we got Mimi, we got Blue in the house. We had Little White Ferret. Let's pray for Little White Ferret. Maggie's busy today. All right, cool. But yeah, 2 times is in here as well. Right? JM805 was stop by, pop by. Moni as well. And this guy. I desperately seek attention. I love how they're starting to use more like adjectives, more adverbs. Like, they're starting to beef up their sentences at least. Look, seek. All right, cool. Hey, man, you guys are... I'm proud of you guys. You can't expect to be blessed if you're a trifling ass person. Straight up. If you're a trifling ass motherfucker, if your mind is always on the intent of breaking people, of coming up on people, of making people feel less than, and that's how you're gonna get yours, like you're gonna get off of that, don't expect to be blessed. That whatever you did, that's the most you're gonna get. And what's gonna happen is whoever you're causing harm to, they're gonna end up shining brighter than you. And you're going to remember that. You're going to be like, oh, shit, I fucked up. What's up, Frank? Hey, shout out to you in chat. Hey, shout out to you, ET. Shout out to you. Shout out to the ladies of Exposed. So we got Mimi in here. We got Blue, Shankopotamus, Ramiro, Il Manner. No. Shout out to you, ET. We're going to keep rocking and rolling, doing what we do. It is what it is. It's Trifling Tuesdays. We're talking papas live. Trifling Tuesday. You can't be trifling. If you're trifling, trust me, that's just going to catch up to you. Like, any time that you spin a fucking web, some of it is going to get stuck to your ass. Now, anytime that you do something that has ill intent, it's going to come back and fuck you up. So saludos, that's right, Popeye, that's right. Real talk, Frank. Hey, Mimi, I mean, and I'm sure, and if you recognize it, it's because we see it in life. Like, we see it in life, trifling people. You'll get your way for a while, but eventually you will be found out. And the worst thing is that you can't really come back from that type of shit. Like, if you've been running scams on your own people, if you've been lying to your own family members, if you've been talking shit behind people's backs, it doesn't even have to be that you're stealing or scam. No, it's just like all of this other shit. backstabbing, lying, talking shit, going or behind your partner's back and cheating. I mean, if you're in that situation right now, all I'm telling you is reconsider. Because, see, that's going to come back. And the thing is that not only are your prayers not going to be listened to, right? Like, you may be praying for things. And God sometimes is so merciful that you'll receive some of it. Like, some of it's going to like filter through the universe and you're going to get a taste of it. But that one thing you're not going to be able to attain. Then not only will you not be able to attain it, that bullshit that you planted is going to start seeping back and hitting you. And it might not hit you, it might hit your loved one. And then you're going to be like, fuck, that's happening because of me. That's why they had to throw Jonah, Jonah, the prophet. That's why they had to, they threw him off the bridge. You're like, you know what, you guys better throw me off the bridge, because unless off the ship, sorry. You're gonna have to throw me off the ship, because if I stay on this ship, this storm, all that you're seeing, is not gonna stop. As soon as they threw Jonah off the ship, the storm stopped. And sometimes you're Jonah, bitch. Like, sometimes you're like a magnet to all of this negative shit because you're a trifling ass motherfucker. That's why you're not getting ahead. Popeye Cuba, my brother. That's right. Let me catch up with these chats. That's right. Machete, shout out to everyone always showing support to Frank's channel. Much respect to. Hey, that's right, Machete. Thanks so much, bro. Chilling, bro. That's right. Machete. Yeah, people always show you who they are eventually. Yeah, bro. Exactly. You cannot stay neutral, right? Like, you appear to be neutral. And, when people say they're neutral, that's a red flag to me. Straight up. You're trifling, bitch. Because no one's neutral. Like, there are things that what I'd rather say is, I don't want to talk about it. You know what? I'm going to save my opinion to myself. But I'm letting you know I have an opinion. I don't believe in that neutral shit. Like, if someone tells you they're neutral about something, you sure, bitch? I don't know. They ask for higher amounts of money, like 50 at a time, and call it a blessing. Yeah, bro. Straight up. That's some trifling shit. That's begging. That's right, Machete, Shank, Terps, Cuba homie. That's right, Ramiro, Mr. Machete, saludos y respetos, right? Collateral damage. Yeah, that's right. Hey, Runners Plug, saludos to chat, and happy Tuesday. Likewise, my friend. Terps, que pasó, carnalito? That's right. I grew up in a trifling hood. Everyone was out for themselves. Scammers, weasels, liars, dope fiends. Yeah. And some people make it out because, in my opinion, right? Remember, I always speak from my experience. I respect anybody's beliefs and everybody's religion, whatever you want to believe. Hey, man, as long as you respect me and you don't try to impose it on me, we're cool. I'm not going to impose my beliefs on you. No, but I truly believe that God offers us opportunities. There's always that crack in the door. No, there's always light. You're always going to see light somewhere. Sometimes we just think maybe it's too hard to get to it, or too much work may need to be done to get to the light. Maybe sometimes we don't want to do it. Sometimes we feel we deserve, and we do deserve all the shit that we have coming. But sometimes God offers you a way out, and you just take the way out. Just take it. Like, what are you trying to prove? Like, some of you guys are masochists, straight up. Like, all of these dudes that come here, they're masochists. That's how I see it. Like, you got to be a masochist to be a troll. Neutral means you fuck with the... Yeah, neutral means that you're like, okay, whichever. Yeah, no, you can't be neutral. Now, there's a big difference. Like, when I say, hey, whatever the majority decides, that does not mean I don't have my opinion, and that does not mean that I don't tell my opinion. Like, I always say what I think. Look, this is what I think. Boom, but you guys decide. And you guys know that. What I do is I pump the brake. Okay, before we do that, do we really want to go that route? Think about it. I express my opinion, and then I let go of the brake. All right, let's keep going. Whatever you get, whichever way you guys want to go. I just needed to pump the brake, let you guys know this is what I think. This is what I see. And that's how I live. I do that here. I do that at home. I do that at work. I do that everywhere. I always pump my brake. Sometimes you have to, because sometimes you may be getting into something dishonestly. Okay, and I don't ever want to put my integrity on the line over some bullshit. That's why when I hear all of these fools talk shit like, "Oh, we're gonna fucking expose you, bitch," like what? We're like, come on, man. Like if maybe if you would have met me like 15, 17 years ago when I was still like, you know, struggling with a lot of these things, and I was still like going through it, even then, what you might have found was someone that was always angry. I was always angry. No, I was always stressed out. But because I just felt that I wasn't being honest with myself, I was pushing myself to an extreme at work, at a job that I truly didn't enjoy. And that caused a lot of issues and fissures around me. You know? And I learned that I had to be honest with myself. Sometimes you're trifling to yourself, bitch. Like you can be lying to yourself thinking that what you're doing is exactly what you want to be doing, but you know damn well that's not true, bitch. Straight up. Send mice to all the real ones in the chat. That's right, Blue. That's right. To all the real ones, Turps, Camilo. Yeah, that's right. Lukewarm is never good. Be hot or cold. That's right, Popeye. Straight up. Or else you get vomited. Like you can't be half stepping. Like you really can't be half stepping. Now I know that sometimes you have to play the part. Now that's a whole different thing. But once again, then we go back to being trifling. And sometimes you will probably end up being trifling for the betterment of everybody or something. You may have something, you're playing off something because you need to get something done, and then once it's done, it's like, yeah, bitch, we did this because you were fucking up. Yeah, we tricked you, bitch. Ha, whatever. And now everything's good. You know what I mean? So, but what I'm saying is, whenever you can, man, whatever you can do in your life to stop lying to yourself. All of these guys that jump on my chat like attacking me, you're projecting, and a lot of times it does come off as jealousy. I'm not trying to say that I'm better than you, but you guys put yourself out there as though you're jealous. And it's fucking weird. What's up, Blue? That's right, Runner. Yeah. Hey, what's up, X-Rated, my little brother, man? Chilling, bro. Chilling. Let me see. Give me a second, because man, I haven't even finished doing this. All right, hold on one second. Let me just finish putting these little thingies I'm doing on my video. Okay, select audience. It's not made for kids. I always put it's not made for kids. And I'm going to upload, and I'll put the rest of the details later. All right. So my video is loading now. I'll update it later. I just wanted to get on YouTube. That's right. Moni559, X-Rated. What's up? Good to see you, brother. Shank and Ill. Frank, sounds like Too Short with all that bitch talk. Hey, what's my favorite word? Bitch. You know what happens, Blue? What happens is, man, that sometimes, the way that the world is now, people aren't talked to straight up. The way the world is now, people aren't talked to directly. And I've learned that when people don't talk to you directly, you're going to learn your lesson out there on the street or in the real world, and the world is treacherous. The world is ruthless. It's a difference between getting in a one-on-one fight and getting jumped, or worse. No, and I truly think that sometimes people just need to understand what it's about and they need to take it seriously. Like, I joke around, I try to add a little humor to it. But honestly, a lot of times we're like our own worst enemy. We don't want to admit that we're still fucking up or that we're still fuck ups in areas. And I'm not saying that I've got it all figured out and I'm perfect, because there's areas in my life that I know I need to tighten up in, that I know that I need to be better in. Maybe even not using the word bitch so much. You know what I mean? I mean, that could be an issue. That might be something I need to work on. Maybe it is. I'll think about it. But I just want it to be clear. Like, I want people to know, like, and understand, man. Look, whenever I come out here and put a video out like this, I really want you guys to take a message from this. And yeah, the trolls jump on and all that shit happens. The link is pinned. You guys already know you guys can jump on. But sometimes people really need to get it through. Like, it needs to get through. Sometimes we're over there like fighting it, like fighting the feeling. Like Too Short. Don't fight the feeling, or one way, whichever version you like most. All right, hey, that's right, Mimi. Talk to you soon. Be safe, be safe. That's right, Mimi. Thanks so much for being here and for showing your support. Likewise, Blue, thank you so much. And I appreciate your comment. Yeah, but look, we can't expect for things to go our way when we're creating issues and we're creating problems along the way. When we leave people in our wake that are truly end up feeling a sort of way about us. And like I said, I'm not even talking about like in the criminal aspect. I'm talking just by the bullshit that we do sometimes. Or by the bullshit that we don't do. Like, I'll give you an example. I don't know how many of you guys are married. I know some of you, a lot of you are married, or have a girlfriend, have a significant other, or are trying to court someone. Maybe maybe many others don't, and that's okay. But hopefully, this will make sense, right? But sometimes people just want to hear that you say, you know what, you look good today. You look good today. Sometimes we know that that's what they want to hear. But sometimes we're so much in our pride and in our ego. Maybe we had an argument that I still haven't let go of. And that's just keeping me from even saying, you know what, you look nice today. You know? And we're trifling. We're being dishonest. We're being dishonest to ourselves because we know she looks good. We know he looks good. We know it. And we know they want to hear it. But we're trying to lie to ourselves and try to make us like too tough to be able to break it down and just say, hey, you know what? You look nice. You know what? I'm still upset at you, but I got to say, shit, that dress looks pretty fucking good on you. Maybe we can make up, you know? Sorry, I fucked up, you know? Maybe you'll swallow your pride. But sometimes we're trifling with ourselves. Like, seriously, sometimes we lie to ourselves to try to stay cool, to try to keep our composure, to try to act like shit doesn't bother us. And the more we do that to ourselves, the more we lie to ourselves, the harder it is to break out of character. And that's when people break, like when their character finally breaks, it looks bad because they haven't been authentic, because they haven't been genuine to themselves. And if you're not genuine to yourself, you're definitely not going to be genuine to the rest of the world, motherfuckers. It's always better to be straight up and direct. I can't stand the passive. Yeah, bro. Hey, listen, man. I'm always on the offense. I can play defense if I have to. Sometimes you do. you know, sometimes you just got to know how to roll with the punches, know how to move around, quick on your feet. That's why I like dancing, man. When you dance, you get that footwork. Oh, by the way, so no, I'll say that later. I think I'm gonna have a visitor pretty soon. I'm gonna have a visitor pretty soon, so just stay tuned for that. It is a content creator, so I might they might be visiting the country, and I'll probably meet up with them. We might do something together. I'll let you guys know. Not a big content creator, but it's a known content creator by most of you. I believe so. I think it'll be a good little connection right there. Sever, Frank, taking applications. Several. Okay. Thanks. I didn't shower. Saludos, Frank and chat. Hope you're all having a good one. Hey, thanks so much, Miss Yaya. Hey, it's Taco Tuesday. Hey, shout out to Taco Stain, man. Shout out to the homies Taco Stain. Shout out to Terps. Shout out to Sooners. Shout out to the Hangman Shark. The Hangman Shark. I'm mixing it. No, the Hangman. Everybody that's putting out their content, man. I want to see you all do good. Ladies of Exposed Tube. I do not believe that you can get what you want trifling all the time. Just being a fucking nuisance. Always plotting, always lying, always taking advantage of shit, always victimizing. Hell yeah, I look good. Miss Yaya, that's right. Saludos, Frank and Eric. That's right, Hugo Torres. That's nice to see you. That's right. Hugo, that's right. Ramiro, saludos. That's right. Oakland, yeah, that's right. Don't lie to yourself. Don't lie to yourself. I think that's where you start like truly messing up, when you lie to yourself. No, and by lying to yourself, you won't take responsibility for your shit, and that causes a whole other series of problems. Also, when you lie to yourself, you're being trifling. You're trifling. You're being trifling. No? And I learned, and it took me years to eventually be better at not being trifling. Because I, like I said, I know I still make mistakes, and there are probably going to be situation moments in which my first thought and my first action might be some fucking shit to not fucking take a side, for example, because I need to step back and observe. Like I tell you guys, I always pump the brake, but I will never be neutral. Like I can see your point of view. Like if you tell me something, I'll see your point of view. But if I don't believe it, and I have to tell you that I believe it to be different, I'm going to tell you, okay, look, I can see that I know how you see it that way. I can see it. Like, I understand. But it's not that way. It's like this. And until you understand that it's this way, until you accept it, and some people accept it, and others will continue to lie to themselves because they don't want to admit that they made a mistake, that they're wrong or whatever. No, and the more that you cover up, the more that you try to cover that up, that mistake that you made, the more you got to lie. And once you start lying to yourself, once you start lying to the people around you, there's no end to the other bullshit that you're willing to do just to get your fucking way. That's being trifling. That's what it is. Some people want what they get from trifling because it gives them an excuse. Exactly. It's sort of like when you hear that fool say, should I drink? Should I battle one more time? That fool's trifling. He knows what he's doing. He's fucking begging. He's like, should I drink another? And then blame everybody else the next day for getting drunk, for acting stupid, for whatever it is that he did. I was going to get off, but the chap told me I should stay on. Fuck that shit. Torta has some tacos and library. Oh, that's cool, bro. I had pasta. I haven't. I should have think about getting some tacos for dinner. We'll see. Don't be trifling. Be honest. See, it's hard. I know it's hard. There's some shit that's hard to be honest about. There's some shit that we're like, fuck. Should I even talk about it? Should I even say anything? And a lot of times what we say is, or we convince ourselves that it's not my place to say anything. And sometimes it's not. Sometimes it truly is in our place to say anything, especially when it's like other people's relationships, right? Or how they're raising their kid. Like, I'll give you an example of that. Like one of my sisters. Like, I have 3 older sisters. Well, there's the oldest, the one after her, and then the one right before me. Gooners, Frank, you ready for that? Yeah, I got it on, bro. I got it on right now. It's on the screen. So yeah, I'll be watching. I was watching the other game as I was on the live too. And so before, my sister had her children after me. She's older than me, but she had her children after me. And I remember once we got into an argument. She came to visit Gunnersville, and that's right, Little White. And I had shaved my son's head. But the reason I had shaved my son's head was because some little kid had stuck gum in his hair. So they cut it. He didn't like it. He was like, my son was still little. He was like 9 years old. I'm like, man, I'm gonna have to shave it. So I shaved his head, and he was like, all right. So she happened to come the day afterwards, right after I had shaved his head. It looked like how I have it now. And when she saw him, she was like, because at that moment, my sister was still tripping, like they were still like not convinced about my changes because I hardly saw my family. Like I hardly saw them. We talked over the phone, but they only come every once a year, once every 2 years. So if my sister less than that, she comes like once every 5, once every 8 years, 7 years. Wait, did I get blocked? I don't know if my wife YouTube. Oh, okay. No, you're not blocked. But she was upset that I had shaved my son's head. She's like, you can shave your head, but I'm like, wait a minute. First of all, you don't even know what the fuck happened. You're already tripping. Secondly, that's my son. Now you're coming here to where I live. And she was like stepping off the plane, coming into the house. Like 15 minutes later, she was acting this way. My sister. We see you, Torta Frankie, again. That's right, Iron Man. Okay. Look, I hadn't seen my sister in like 3 years. She comes, and the first thing she says, the first thing she does is talk about my son's hair. And see, but I respect it. That's how she is. That's how we all are. All of us, like all my sisters and I, that's how we are. It's like, wait a minute, dun, dun, dun. We're straight up. Now she was too straight up because she didn't even know what the fuck. She's like, oh, do whatever you want to your hair, but he's a child. Well, I'm like, look, first of all, you don't even know what happened. Secondly, that's my child. You're just stepping off the plane. You're already talking shit. Like, what the fuck? And she was already calling my mom. Like, she started immediately crying, ran to the phone, started calling my mom. Well, I think I'm going to spend the night. Like, you've only been here 20 minutes and you're already tripping. Fuck. She was acting up. But then once I told her, like, look, no, this is what happened. Like, calm down. Like, shit. Like, look, I even had pictures and shit. I'm like, you're acting dramatic. So, and I told her what that tells me is that you still don't trust in the changes that I'm making, and that's okay. I understand, but calm down. Talk to me. Don't do this in front of the kids. You're trifling. You're being scandalous right here. See, and sometimes we need to understand that the way we act around people You have to be respectful. Don't cause drama. And so you're visiting someone's house and you cause drama in someone's house. Like, what's wrong with you? Go somewhere else. Like, invite that person or tell that person, you know what, meet me up at Denny's. I'm right here. like the phone bangers do. I'm outside, fool. I'm outside. Do that. Like, go talk it out somewhere else, but don't do that shit in front of the kids. See, that's why all these, like, you see all these trolls, like how they like to do this shit publicly. They love to do this shit publicly, and they're talking about me being, what was it, desperate for attention? Bitch, I'm not going over there talking shit in your channel. I don't give a fuck. Or in your comments, I don't care. I'm doing what I do on my channel. You're the one that wants attention from me. Trust the process. That's right. You have to be honest with your intentions. Don't be trifling. Hey, what's up, man? Nice to see you, Max. Hey, there you are. Saludos, hermano en familia. You know what's up. That's right. That's right, Meg. Shout out to you, sister. Much love to you. Much love and respect to you. You know what's up. You know what's up. You better know what's up. Yeah, when you're a guest, you follow house rules. That's right, bro. When you're a guest, and it doesn't matter how upset or how righteous your grievances. You can have all of the facts in your favor. But once you do that type of shit, like you go through the theatrics, right, of creating this drama, you're trifling at that point. You're doing it for the optics. You're doing it for some other fucking type of, something to satisfy your ego. Like you want it. You're craving that attention. See, that's attention seeking. Attention seeking is to come on someone's live and start talking shit. Attention seeking is to come onto the chats and start attacking people. That's attention seeking. That's being trifling. Be honest with your truth, bitch. You need attention. No? Be honest with yourself. It's funny you should talk about this. Palabra. I slapped the shit out of this dude about 4 hours ago. My palm has an internal bruise. Hey, bro. Some people need that. There were, like, once again, one of the things my mom used to say, en la calle vas a encontrar a tu tata. En la calle vas a encontrar a tu tata. No nos quieres hacer caso a nosotros. Allá afuera te van a verguear. Allá afuera vas a encontrar a tu tata. Ya vas a ver. Out there, you're going to find your dad. You don't want to listen to us, you're going to get fucked up by someone else out there. And that's what happens. And sometimes it's not in the form of someone. Sometimes it's in the form of things that happen. Or sometimes it's in the form of how I started off this conversation. You not getting those things that you want. You not getting those things that you're striving for. You not getting those things that you're trying to manifest in your life or that you're praying for. However you're going about it, you're going to have a hard time grasping onto it, or you might be able to snatch on and just for a little while, and it's going to be snatched right back because you're trifling when people discover who you are. Who you are, bitch. When you get exposed for the trifling ass motherfuckers that you are, you will even lose the grace that people may put on you. Because sometimes people treat you well out of grace. Sometimes people don't really want to deal with you. But your family, so fuck it, Sometimes people don't want to deal with you. Hey, but that's my dad. Fuck, what can I do? That's my dad. That's my mom. Shit, what can I do? That's my husband. What can I do? That's my wife. What can I do? Trifling ass motherfucker, but shit, it's family. Sometimes that's how you guys are living. Can't go to this person's house. You can't go to that person's house. You can't take your wife over here. You can't take your husband over there. No wonder you guys can't work shit out that way. No wonder you have no fucking peace. That's why you have to stop being trifling. You have to start being honest. And it's hard. I know it's hard. Shit. It's hard because it becomes a way of life. It becomes a way of life to constantly seek to hustle motherfuckers. It becomes a way of life to constantly put up a front, to constantly keep up that lie that you've been keeping on for the past who knows how many fucking years. Man, there are people that are living a lie all their lives. And they don't get discovered till like the very end. Someone writes a book on them, you know? Someone comes out and says, you know what? My uncle didn't really do none of that shit. He kind of lied. Like, you can destroy your whole fucking legacy being a trifling ass person. Like, whatever you leave behind. That fool can't see today. Let's see. Let's see. That's right, Iron Man. Iron Man. I'm sorry. I may have skipped some. Let me go ahead and look. Gunner's villain, ill-mannered. Let's see. Some people need to be humbled. Pride comes before the fall. To see what happened to Ilya Tapuri. Yeah, bro. Mags. That's right. Ghost. Orbital damage. Ramiro Naz, I appreciate you, friend. Yeah, man. And that's what happened. So look, I call my channel Frank Dika's Dropping Knowledge. Right? Now, a lot of knowledge you're already aware of. But that's usually with knowledge, that's how it is. Like, you know it exists. You know that it's there. You know that Einstein, everybody knows who Einstein is. Very few people really know all the things that Einstein said or all the things that he, I wouldn't like, he theorized his philosophy, shit like that. So the difference between knowing there's knowledge and actually putting knowledge to use is, first of all, stop being a fucking liar to yourself. Stop lying to yourself. Be honest. Be honest to yourself. Be honest in all your dealings. Because then when you put knowledge to action, you will see real results. But if you're trying to put knowledge to act, if you're trying to mix knowledge with the filth of being trifling, you're going to create a situation that you won't be able to escape from. And it's going to come back and bite you in the ass. That's right, Max. That's right. Little White Ferret. Iron Man. That fool can't see today. Can't see shit today. Orbital damage. I appreciate you, friend. No time for trifling people. I'm on. Yeah, bro. Look, that's another thing. Eventually, people get tired. So you can be trifling, and once again, you will be discovered. Like, some shit will just not be consistent. Like, eventually, if you're a trifling individual, if you're not trustworthy, if you're doing shit behind other people's backs, if you're doing shit on the side that's counter what you should be doing, like if you're lying to people, lying to yourself, all of that will come out. It will seep out. And what happens is that then when you need people to trust you, when you need people on your side, nobody's going to want you around. You're going to be discarded, and you're going to have to work 3 times, 4 times as hard as a regular person to gain that trust. And sometimes you will not be able to have people trust you anymore. Like, unless you're rich and powerful, unless you're one of the fucking monarchs or a politician's son or whatever, or a billionaire's son, multi-millionaire son, or daughter, most of the time, whenever you do some shit and you're caught, it's going to affect you maybe even for life. Especially trust. No. And that's why you see like some of these trolls won't, most of them, the majority of them won't show their face. Because imagine if you saw who some of these trolls are, like the more harmful trolls. Imagine if you saw that was your coworker. Like, what? Look, this fool gets down like this. Fuck. I'll work with him, but I don't really want to fuck with this guy. And whatever chance I get to fuck up his program, I'm gonna fuck up his program. Sometimes that's how you get payback. Ticas, I'm listening in the background. All right, Magna. Thanks so much. Mariana Santisteban. Hi, everybody. Hey, what's up, Mariana? That's how sometimes payback comes to you. It may not come from the people that you're affecting. It may come from other sources. Your own behaviors will expose you. Straight up. Mariana, that's right. They would have a workplace accident. Happens a lot. That happens too. That's right. We got you, sister. Saludos, Frank, all the ET family, and all of LOET. We're right here. That's right, Mr. Oxnard. Nice to see you. Thanks so much. Miss Yaya's still here. Thank you. I know you guys are listening in the background. That's right, Oxnard. And that's why I understand. Like, I can understand people having a hard time, believing that others do have ethics, do have standards that are trying to live up to a higher potential. That's how I try to live every day of my life. No, but when I come here in front of the camera on these lives and I put, my videos out there, I'm gonna keep it a buck, and I'm gonna be as real as I can, and I'm gonna try to make sure that the message is understood. So sometimes I might not speak in the finest language. Sometimes I might just be, just tell you straight up, you're a fucking bitch. Hold the ladder, man. Oops, yeah, bro. Look, I remember like what my first like good paying job here in this country was in a factory, but this was a factory that makes capacitors and chips for all kinds of like appliances, engines, all kinds of different machinery. So sometimes you need to have certain capacitors, like so that if there's like a power surge, it'll fuck up that little capacitor and not the whole thing. Sort of like like the fuses, things like that. But you might have different ones around like the machine or whatever it is, the appliance. You might have different ones because different parts will get a different type of charge or a different amount of charge. There's like it gets filtered through. So it was a good job. I liked it. I really enjoyed the job. But I remember that the sister plant that was in Chihuahua, Mexico. Okay, their sister plant closed down. They shut down the operations, everything. They closed down everything. And what they did was they boxed everything. They just boxed all of the chips, threw it into boxes, didn't really label anything, and sent it all down here. So we already knew when it came in that we were gonna have a lot of work to do. As a matter of fact, they were already telling us, look, you guys are gonna have to work OT. And we're talking 6-7 hours of overtime daily. And I lived like 2 hours away. They would give me gas. There were times like, man, you know what? I don't want to drive They would send me a taxi because I was tired. I would only come home, sleep maybe 2, 3 hours. And we were like that for like 3 months because what we had to do was sort out all of this material. Well, there was this trifling ass supervisor who didn't want to do shit. He didn't want to do shit. I remember he didn't, and he was a supervisor. He was like above me, like. Then I remember that we had this one order that was past due like 5 months. And every one of those little fucking capacitors, every single one was like gold plated platinum bullshit, cost like $550. And it was like a little tiny thing. And we had to send this order like right away as soon as it came in. So there's two processes. Pinche fuckers, yeah, you know. Are you talking shit? I can't. I'm not looking at the YouTube. So let me see. Are you talking shit here? Let me chat. I'm looking at the YouTube chat. Well, yeah, here we go. Okay. Yeah, I don't see anybody jumping on. So, let me know if anyone jumps on. Oxnard, Iron Man. Many, many years ago, I worked as a butcher at Harris Ranch. We would fight all the time because the lazy one would cause more work for us. Yeah, bro. So what happened was that this order, it was like 30 chips. And we sent them right through our process, and then we handed it off. So every time that we handed it off, you had to get a signature. So I handed it off, but before I handed it off, I got the signature, right? Boom. I put it where I was supposed to put it, and I went back because we had like a zillion other shit to do. Well, that order didn't get processed in time. And I was home. I was barely getting home when my phone rings. And I answer, and it's my boss. He's like, "Hey, what happened to that order, Ticas?" I'm like, "I handed it off. The signature's right there." He's like, "Where's the signature?" I'm like, "Look in my workspace. It's right there on the fucking clipboard." And sure enough, it was there, and the signature was there. He's like, "Okay, yeah, but you know where I need you to come down, man." Fuck. I'm like, I don't want to drive. I don't want to fucking drive. So he sent me a taxi, and I slept in the fucking taxi on the way to work. I was mad as fuck. And when I get there, we search around, and sure enough, we find it. There's the signatures. There's signatures on both. I'm like, here, boom. And the guy that signed it was the supervisor who was just a lazy ass motherfucker. That's all he was. He didn't want to do shit. So it fell on him, and he got, they fucking talk shit to him. I guess he got written up, something. They didn't fire him, but he had a chip on his shoulder. He was blaming me, but it was his fault. Like, fuck, I gave this shit to you. Like, how could you lose that shit? And he got mad because I was very, like, when I came in, I was very confident about it. See, and that's what it is. Like, some people think you're going to bow down just because of a position, just because of something. No, not me. So I was like, here, look, you signed it. It's right here. Look, here's the order. I gave it to you. I even showed you it was going to be here. And he got mad. He shut up, and they all turned and looked at him. And I was just like, I'm already here. I might as well work, but I'm going to leave early. So they let me go home early that one day. But that fool, he was waiting. He was lying in wait. Trifling. Trying to get me back. And what happened was that one day I was working during this period, and I was sitting in front of my computer, and I closed my eyes, and I was like this. And next to my station, there was like a step, and then there was a divider, and then from the other side was the other station where that supervisor and his team worked, right? So what he did was he came over, and he got on the, on the divisor, and he was looking down. And he goes, Ticas. Hey, what's up, Indigenous? Nice to see you, man. He said, Ticas. And I was like, then I look around because, I don't know who's talking to me. I was supposed to be working late that night. And I heard Ticas. And I'm like, and then I look up. I'm like, hey, what's up? He's like, hey, man, do you have that order? Blah, 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 blah. I'm like, oh, I already put it over there. He's like, oh, okay, thank you. Boom. And he walked away. Where this fool really fired me up is right away when he said, oh, man, yeah. Oh, we'll talk about that a little bit. So what he did was he went, because he was a supervisor, so he was above me. He wanted his get back. He went to his supervisor, who was the boss of everybody, of the whole place. And he said that he caught me sleeping on the job. Fucking asshole. Trifling motherfucker. So sure enough, they call me in the office, right? So when they call me in the office, it's him, like my supervisor, their bosses, and like the main boss and HR. So everyone's there, and I'm like sitting in front of them, and they're like all like looking at me. They had this big ass lounge room, right? And like I'm right here as like me is like I'm in front of all of like 10 judges. And they're like, hey, look. He said that you were sleeping on the job. You can't do that, blah, blah, blah. I know that we're tired, but everyone's putting in an effort. We're paying you for these hours. What do you have to say for yourself? I'm like, I didn't fall asleep. That's not true. What happened was this. And I explained, right? And then he spoke up. He's like, no. He's like, I said your name like a few times and you were sleeping. So I think you were even snoring. I'm like, oh. So I already knew what was up. Like I was not going to win that shit right there, right? So what they did was they're like, okay, look, we know you're good. Like first they talked all kinds of shit to me. Like, no, you can't be doing this on the job. I'm like, man. And I'm just like, fuck, I know I didn't do this shit, right? And sure enough, they put out the write-up. And they're like, look, this is what you're going to have to sign here because of this. And I'm like, what happens if I don't sign? Well, if you don't sign, it's okay. And then they charge right there. And I'm like, this is not fair, right? And the main boss looked at her and then he looked at me. He's like, it's your word against his. And he's a supervisor. Now, what they were trying to do is they were trying to put me under pressure from the get-go because what they wanted was for me to take over someone else's job, my supervisor's job. And he hated me too because he knew I was his replacement. But they felt like they needed to have something on me so that I would follow all their instructions. Like, I didn't need that shit, but I guess that's how they fucking work there. So I'm like, you know what? I'm going to sign this. You guys all know that this is not fair. You know this is not fair. I'm going to sign it because I need the job. No. Anything else? No. So I signed it, boom, walked out. I was mad. I was hot. And sure enough, I had already gone to some interviews for like the whole, even before the call centers came to the country, they had this big expo. We all went, like all the people that spoke English, took our little curriculums, we had our tests, whatever, all that shit. All right, take care, El Manor. And sure enough, when they called me for the job, for this call center job, they called at work because I had given them the number. Like, I'm usually here. And who answered was my boss. Well, my boss's boss. She answered. And she's like, Frank, there's a call for you. Okay. They're like, are you Frank Ftdk? Yeah, okay, this is blah, blah, blah. This, we chose you. We just want you to do this, to do, You think you can? You think, yeah. I'm like, yeah, hell yeah. Fuck yeah. They're going to pay me like $200 more with less responsibility. And it was closer to home. And I hung up and I was like, oh, thank you, God. Because that situation had just happened like a week before. And what I said was, I told God, I'm like, look, God, you know that this is not true. You know that this is not, I did not do this. They're trying to blame me for something that I didn't do. Now, either you make this better, like this work situation, you it either improves or you're going to give me something else. And sure enough, I got that phone call. And I remember that they brought me back into that fucking office with the same fucking players in front of me. And I remember just being like, yeah, I'm quitting. They were trying to offer me more money. They wanted me to stay. I'm like, nah, look, I'm going to give you, 2 weeks. I'm going to give you a month. I can train somebody because training didn't start for like a month and a half. Like, I'll give you guys a month. Usually it's 2 weeks. I'll give you a month. I'll train someone to do what I do. And they just kept bullshitting. They would sometimes they would bring someone, then 2 days later they would bring someone else. I'm like, man, no one's going to learn like this. There's too much to do. So when this went on for like about a week and a half. Towards almost the end of the second week, I talked to the boss. I'm like, hey, you know what? I told you guys I was going to give you a month. I think I'm only going to give you the 2 weeks. The 2 weeks is up tomorrow. I'm going to come in. I'm going to work, do what I got to do, and that's it. I've already given you guys a lot of time to find a replacement, but you guys keep changing the person, and I'm not going to be here. And he got mad. He's like, I'm not going to write a recommendation letter for you, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, all right, whatever. Boom. And I bounced. They were calling me back like 3 years later, but I was doing good. But I would not have received that. I would not have gotten that way out, I believe, if I was trifling, if I had really been sleeping, if I had really been fucking around. No, I'm responsible. Just like I'm responsible with everything I put out. Just like I'm responsible when I come on the live. I'm responsible when I put out my content. I may make mistakes, and I'll always make mistakes, and I'm a human being. Shit. I may say something wrong. I may mispronounce something. I may, But as far as me coming out here and bullshitting you, I'm not going to do that shit. And this has nothing to do with being, what was it? Desperately, what? What was it? I forgot. In need of attention. No. This is my hobby. I love being able to come out here and put a message out there. Don't lie to yourself. If you know you got shit to do, do it. Don't fucking procrastinate. When you procrastinate, you're lying to yourself and you're being trifling when you do that. It's Trifling Tuesday. Talking papas. Ftdk's dropping knowledge. If you haven't hit the like, hit the like. If you haven't subscribed, please do so. The link is there. Always open panel. But yeah. So when dudes come out that don't even know me and they're, oh, you're a hypocrite. No, I'm not. No, you don't know me. But you're judging me based on who you are. You are a hypocrite. You got to be a hypocrite to be a troll. You do. You have to be a trifling ass motherfucker to do all the shit that you guys do. I could never see myself threatening a woman on a chat, on a live, on YouTube, on the internet, in real life. Like, I don't care if you're hidden behind a fucking fake profile. You're threatening women for fun? That's some bullshit. And you're only lying to yourself if you think that shit isn't fucking serious. It's some serious shit. Like, you fools, like, you fucking trifling ass motherfuckers play with the wrong people sometimes. You do. You see someone there, you think you could fuck around, you think you could do all the shit that you do, but you don't know who they have behind them. We're living real life out here. Fuck. We got friends, we got people that we know that know other people that know other people. I haven't lost any of my connections in the States. And once again, stay tuned. I'm going to have that meet up with a content creator who's going to be coming down, who will be meeting up. Once again, he doesn't have a very big channel, but I know that you know of him. So, when that happens, I think it might happen this week. You'll see what's up. But all of these things, all of these meeting up with people, getting people wanting to get to know me, is because regardless of all your fucking bitch ass narratives, you fucking trolls, people really truly see what I'm about. I don't step over my words. I don't got to backtrack. I don't got to come out and put out an apology video the next day. I don't have to delete my lives. I don't have to lie, say, I'm gonna get off now. I'm gonna walk away and then come back and do the same shit. I'm not gonna do that shit. Fuck all the theatrics. You're only playing yourself. You're being trifling when you do shit like that. Be honest. Be honest to yourselves. It was at the point that I wish I had a Tesla. Hey, man. Be careful out there, bro. I understand, bro. People can piss you off. And sometimes people do need to get chin checked, I already told you guys, I'm a firm believer in catching a fade. I think it's healthy sometimes. Unfortunately, I can't do some of that. I can't. So I have to settle for just doing what I do, which is put out content, come on my lives, and, and talk to you guys. But yeah, when you're trifling, situations will arise and you won't know what the fuck to do. And you're going to understand that it's because of your bullshit energy. It's that energy you put out there. Want to come out here and threaten people. Want to come out here and talk shit to women, body shame them. Like, that's why. There's something that's wrong with you. That you need to find inadequacies in other people and laugh about it. Bitch, look in the mirror. That's right. Look in the mirror. You need to realize that all that shit, all that energy that you're putting out there is going to come back to you. And a lot of times it's going to come back in the form of the exposed to. A lot of times it's going to come out in the form of one of my videos. Or Ladies of Exposed to Live, or Taco Stain, or someone reacting to your bullshit. Stop being an idiot. Stop trifling. Be honest to yourself and to your viewers, to your audience. You trolls are not honest to your audiences. You're not. You sell them a lot of bullshit. You do. You promise too much that you're not going to be able to keep. That's all I'm saying. I don't have that problem. Like, you guys know what you guys are going to expect from me. You guys know whenever you open up one of my videos, ever come onto one of my lives, you know what to expect. No, I'm just going to keep it real. I'm going to say what I have to say, give my opinion. If you have yours, you can put it there. If I don't agree, I'll let you know, and we can talk about it. If you want to jump on, you can jump on. And you can discuss it. But the idea of this is be true, be honest to yourself. Stop lying to yourself. Stop being so dishonest. Stop talking shit about people behind their back. Stop making up shit. Stop lying, bitch. Stop lying. Stop scamming people. Stop scamming the workplace. Stop scamming your family. Man, there's people that scam their own families. Like, there's people, like, I know men, I know women that have that little extra cushion of money. Their fucking kid needs something, and they are not willing to open up their wallet or to work that much harder to get their kids what they need, knowing damn well it's your fucking responsibility, bitch. Stop being a trifling ass parent. Man, a lot of you parents are straight trifling ass parents. You're not honest to your kids. Be honest to your kids. Like, one of the things that I think has allowed me to have the relationship I have with mine is that I'm always honest. If I don't have no money, I'll be like, I don't have no money. And when I do have money, I'll tell them, look, I have this. What can we do with this? Let's find out. And when I have money, I like to splurge my family. Because that's who I do it for. But a lot of people forget. Like, sometimes you forget what it is that you're doing shit for. Like, why are you fucking working? Like, why are you doing what you're doing, bitch? Like, why? Like, my honest question to a lot of you trolls is, why do you do it? Like, why? Like, what is the satisfaction you get? Like, is there any of this that you can be proud of? Because if you're doing things that you can't be proud of, then you're being trifling, bitch. That's the exact definition. If you're doing shit that you cannot be proud of, you're trifling. If you're doing shit that you cannot speak out in the open without getting backlash or without fear of repercussion, then you're being trifling, bitch. Simple as that. If you can't come out and be yourself, if you can't come out and honestly share your opinions, all you can do is attack, insult, belittle, ridicule. You're being trifling, bitch. There's something wrong with you. It's something that you have not dared to work on. You're afraid of it. Maybe if you work on it, you'll stop being who you are. You know, that's what they try to say to me, that I'm afraid of losing viewers. I was putting out videos when I only had like 30 subscribers. I didn't do it because of work, you know, but now I have time. Shit, I don't have to go to work somewhere. If you see some of the videos, some of my first videos, I'm at my job. I'm outside in the parking lot, you know, filming myself on my phone. Real life big boy shit. Yeah, bro. You know, but once I found a time and I found a purpose and I found a reason to start putting videos out, that's exactly what I did, and I keep doing it. But I'm not out here scamming nobody, trying to jam people up for donations, begging for shit, lying to you, or putting out the type of content that these bitches put out. I mean, look, I'm going to drop a reaction video on today's video by fucking Dubs. Like, you could have left that shit in the comments section, bitch. You didn't have to do a video on it. You're scamming your viewers. You're scamming your viewers. You're not thinking. You're not doing research. And I don't appreciate that. Like, that's why I don't have respect for the trolls, because the trolls use lies. They use deception. They use clickbait on all of that shit. They really are attention seeking. Don't come blame me for fucking seeking attention, bitch. My content is not for everybody. What I'm talking about right now may be ruffling a few people's feathers as we speak. And that's okay. That's what my content is for. My content is not just to amuse you and to get a quick laugh out of you. You know, no, my content is to truly put a message out there. Stop being trifling to yourself, to your family, to your kids. Stop. Man, if you work, don't use that shit as an excuse to not hug your children, man. To not take them out to eat, to not go walk with them, even if it's just to the store. Take a walk. That's all you fucking need to do sometimes. But you're scandalous sometimes with your own children, with the time that you spend with them. Sometimes you want to replace it buying them shit. Like, here, I'm gonna buy you a fucking PlayStation. Which game do you want? You want another phone? I got you. But don't spend time with them. Won't even sit down and play a fucking game with them. Sometimes you buy them shit that you later judge them on. Oh, you're on your phone all the time. Like, motherfucker, you're the one that got him the phone. It's like, what the fuck? You're always playing your video games. Who bought that shit, motherfucker? You're trifling. Real talk, these trolls are miserable, can't stand what they see in the mirror, and you keep putting that mirror in their face. Brother, you know why? Because I've been miserable. I know what it feels to be alone. Now, I used to walk the street at 2 a.m. from, chilling with the homies sometimes, all the way to my house before I had a car. I used to walk sometimes an hour, just lost in thought. Feeling like I couldn't really talk to my parents about certain shit because they would look at me a sort of way. Knowing that I couldn't talk to my friends about certain shit because they were going to be like, what the fuck are you talking about, bitch? To just having those conversations with myself, with God. It's hard to be miserable. It's hard. It's a hard life to be lonely, to be miserable, because what ends up happening is that every interaction you have is a challenge of wits, because you're always on the defensive. Look at these guys. Like, when they come on and they start, trying to overpower the life. That's why I don't allow it. So you're not going to bring in that desperation, that loneliness onto my channel. I'm not going to allow it. I'm going to hold you up to it, and I'm going to let you know that there are better ways to live. But first of all, stop lying to yourself. Stop fucking lying. Treat people with respect, but first treat yourself with respect. Have some fucking dignity, bitch. Have some ethics. Have some rules. Hold something sacred. Even if it's women and children, that should be the most basic thing for you. At least respect women. At least respect children. You guys can't even do that shit. You guys are talking all that weird ass shit. You've been participant with weirdos that don't respect women or children. So how am I going to respect you? I don't respect that shit. And you still have not made amends for all the bullshit that you do. You're fucking trifling as motherfuckers, and I can't stand that shit. Because you have time. You've been given opportunities. But you choose to continue to deal in falsehoods, in depravity, in just the worst, most obnoxious bullshit to get reactions out of people. You motherfuckers are the attention-seeking as motherfuckers. Stop lying to yourselves. You want to project all these things onto us. The reason why I want my channel up, the reason why I want more people to listen, the reason why I want more subscribers, number one, is because I truly enjoy it. And I truly think that I can offer you guys a different perspective on life. But I'm going to be straight up. I'm going to talk to you guys the way I talk to my kids, the way I talk to my family, the way I talk to my loved ones, because I have that respect for you guys. Those of you that view me, those of you that are subscribed to my channel, those of you that are a part of the Exposed Tube movement, of Ladies of Exposed Tube, those that I rock with, those that rock with me. When I come out here, when I put something out here, it's because I want to share something with you. Because sometimes, even though we're good people and we're trying to do good, there are still some things that we need to work on. Sometimes we're lying to ourselves. Sometimes we're not being 100% honest with our loved ones, with our partners, with our wives, with our husbands, our children, with our parents. Be honest. Why are you lying, bitch? If you're lying over here, you're not truly being honest. It doesn't matter what it is. You can be honest to your kids, but if you're lying to your wife, you think your kids are going to think you're an honest person? No, they're going to think you're a cheater. And they're going to say, my dad always treated me well, but he was a fucking cheater. That's what they're going to say. Or, my dad always fucking said he never had money, but he was a fucking cheapskate. I know he had fucking money. My dad was a cheapskate. That's what you want him to think? My mom was a cheapskate? My mom only thought about herself and going out with friends and left me at grandma's all the time? No, but where's the dad as well? A lot of times we just like to blame the women. Oh, look, she's leaving her kids at her sister's or at her grandma's house. Oh, that, she's for the streets. Yeah, bitch, but where the children's dad? Where's the dad in all of this? He's for the streets too, bitch. Stop being hypocritical. Straight trifling ass motherfuckers. You love to judge women, but you don't judge the men that make the fucking children too and that abandon the home. Motherfucker, hold them accountable too. Stop being trifling. Some of you motherfuckers have children spread all over the place and might only visit one because you like that mother. You like that baby mama. But you don't like that other baby mama. So because you don't like that other baby mama, you don't visit those kids. That's fucked up. You're being trifling, bitch. And there's women like that too, that love these kids more because they are from the love of their life and they love them over these other kids that they had with some dude that came over and fucked them over. I've seen that shit too. There's some scandalous ass mothers out there that show the division between a set of children that were born to one dad with the other one that was born to another dad that was an asshole. No, sort of like what you see in the movie Boys in the Hood. Where you have, Doughboy's mom, she doesn't really like Doughboy, fucking slaps him up all the time. But then the football player ends up getting killed. It's all love, and they were from different daddies. That shit's fucking real. And a lot of you guys grew up in homes like that. So I can understand sometimes. That's where I have empathy. That's where I show grace. That's where I try to show respect. But it gets to a point where your past can no longer be an excuse for all your trifling shit. It can't. Grow up, motherfucker. Grow up. Sometimes you have to grow up. We've talked about that. Immature parents. We had a whole discussion on that on the collective. Shout out to everyone that jumps on the collective. Shout out to the Exposed to family, to the Exposed to movement. Shout out. We talk a lot of good things on the collective. And please sign up to the battle boxes. You want to get yours off? Sign up to the battle boxes. The more people we have, the merrier. We're going to start setting up specific battles for you to get yours. Get yours off your chest. Stop being so trifling. It's Trifling Tuesdays. Talkin Papas. Ftdk's dropping knowledge. Talkin Papas live. Trifling Tuesdays. Taco Tuesday as well. Shout out to Taco Sting. That's the homie. Check out his channel. Check out his videos. Don't expect to get what you want if you're trifling. Someone's going to fucking throw a wrench in your shit because you're trifling. It may be someone from the past that you didn't even remember. I was tripping out, and this was happened a few months ago. And that's why, to me, whenever I say you guys should really see what the fuck goes on, like you guys should open your eyes to what goes on. A couple of months ago, if you guys remember, Skittles and fucking Ratas were trying to get their YouTube channels popping again. Like they were making big waves of, hey guys, over there on TikTok when they were still popping in TikTok too. Over there making waves, right? That they were going to go back to YouTube. Too short, Frank. Got a ring to it. Too short, Frank. Got a ring to it. Yeah. And what happened? Rob put out a video. Shout out to Rob, misled loyalty. Shout out to Rob, prayers to him. And then Chill reacted to it. And then other people reacted to it. That's right, Chirp. Shout out to Exposed to and all the homies, homegirls, and friends. That's right, Chirp. Shout out to you, bro. And their plans of making a major comeback to YouTube just fizzled because they're trifling. Messi just scored a goal already. Minute 16. Hey, Messi's the GOAT, man. That's right, Messi. Hey, Bethany. Messi just scored a goal. Anyways, stop being trifling, man. Spend time with your kids. Spend time with your loved ones. Stop being a fucking tight ass with your money. You'll make more money if you use money the right way. You're only thinking about you. You're only thinking about what you want. Sometimes we disguise that shit. I'm teaching them to fucking value the value of hard work. Motherfucker, those are your children. You decided to have children. They didn't want to come into this world, so now take care of them. And teach them, but teach them with love. You don't got to be hardcore with your kids, man. Some of you guys are hardcore with your kids. Yeah, shout out to Christopher, man. Some of you are hardcore with your women. Want to keep them down, don't want them to work. Jealous of everything they do. You know why? You know why you're jealous? You jealous motherfuckers out there. The reason why you're jealous is because you're a trifling ass person. Because you've done it. Because you've cheated. That's why. And you think if you cheat, you think everyone's going to cheat. So you're always suspicious because you know that shit's going to come back to you somehow. But you know what happens is sometimes the cheater might not be with the person that you're with. Sometimes your children end up meeting a cheater. And you're going to see your children crying or going through it at the hand of someone that cheated on them or that treated them that bad the way you treated their mother or someone else. That's how you get it back sometimes. Sometimes it doesn't come to you. Sometimes it comes to your loved ones. That's what happens when you're a trifling ass bitch. When you are trifling, when you're putting that out there, it's going to come back. And it might not hit you. It might hit your loved ones. And then they're over there like, fuck, why am I going through this? Well, maybe mom or dad have been fucking up, lying, cheating, doing crazy shit. Be honest, man. Stop lying to yourself. Stop lying to your family. It's hard, but you can do it. It took me a long time to understand that all lies are bad. All lies are bad. I would rather deal in truth and face the facts all the time, face the repercussions all the time, than to lie and be like, man, I hope that lie went through. I hope it's all good. I hope it's all good. You're lying to yourself because you're building your trust on the possibility of that lie possibly being found out And then what's going to happen to your credibility? Then what's going to happen to everything that you're building? Everything that you built upon that lie will end up tumbling down. Do you not understand that shit? You don't got to believe me, but I've seen it happen too many times to not come out here and say, stop trifling, stop being dishonest. Live your reality. What's meant for you will come. If it's not meant for you, don't fucking trifle. Don't fucking lie to obtain it. Because then when it's taken from you, not only is that going to be taken from you, but your dignity, your respect, your reputation will also be ripped out in one fatal swoop. Stop trifling, motherfuckers. Stop being so trifling. Grown man said on your live yesterday, I'm just a troll. What a loser he is. Grown man really said that with pride. Exactly, bro. Imagine having pride in that. Having pride in being a liar, attention seeker. Those are symptoms of something else. You can choose to accept that as who you are, as your characteristics, but once again, you're lying to yourself. You've got some empty shit. You got this big ass hole. You're like a walking donut, bitch. That's right, 2 times. I don't know if you saw that, Terps. I don't know if you saw that yesterday's live. I'm about to jump off. But not without letting you guys know, Ftdk's dropping knowledge, Talkin pop-pops. Sucker free. Staying sucker free. You have to stop lying. You have to stop being trifling. You want to get through life, be honest. Face your obstacles, face the odds straight up with honesty. No bare-chested, just run into it. Look, when you see bad times, just fucking run into it. If I know that tomorrow, and I've said this before, and I'm going to say it again, and this is real life. Like I said, I'm not going to come out here and lie to you guys. I'm always going to be honest. Because I know that there's a judge watching everything I do. That's my belief. When I come out here, just straight up. I face everything. I'd rather do it that way because I have learned the hard way that being a liar, that being trifling, that always being on the down low, always being squirmy, slimy, making shit up, trying to set people up so to get an advantage only brings negative energy back. I have learned that the hard way. I'm not a good liar. That's another thing. I'm not a good liar. I get found out quick. Like I can't. I mean it, and I realize that too. It's like I'm not a good liar because deep down inside, I know I shouldn't lie. If you have been building upon lies, don't be surprised if it comes crashing down. Then if it hasn't already come crashing down, you still have an opportunity to be honest and to say, you know what? Before something happens, before the consequences show up, let me tell you this and this and this is probably going to happen because of this. Be honest. Look, if you need to cheat, then it's not for you. Straight up. And that goes in everything. If you need to cheat, it's not for you. If you need to lie, it's not for you. If you need to strong arm and take by force, you may take it for a while. But when it gets ripped away from you because it's not yours, They're not just going to rip away that object. They're going to rip away your pride, your ego, your reputation, and that'll all be destroyed because you don't want to stop being trifling. Stop lying, bitch. Straight up. You know? It's so much easier to just be honest. You don't know how comfortable I feel in my own skin. I've accepted myself. I've accepted who I am. I've accepted myself with my weaknesses, with my strengths, with everything that makes me. And there's still things that I'm working on. There's still things that I know I have to be better at. I know that, but that's why I'm not going to stop learning. No, I told you guys, I'm going to forever be a student. I really am on that time. And the reason why I want to continue putting out lives and putting out videos is to share that with you, to share my experiences, to share my thoughts, how I view things. No, and maybe then if you ask me, I'll let you know. Listen, the reason why I am the way I am is because of this. You know, I'm going to continue dropping knowledge. Real talk. That's right. Now, having said that, I hope all of you have an excellent rest of the evening. Catch me on the Exposed to Live. I'm going to be over there. We're going to be chilling, chopping it up like we always do. It's always good to come out here and spend time with you guys. Thank you so much for those of you that are watching my channel. That's right, G Slaughter. To all of you that watch my channel, that support my channel, thank you so much. Please hit the like. If you haven't subscribed, please do so. I will continue dropping content. Let me check. I think my video is already up. I'm not sure. I posted a video. It's still going. 7 more minutes. So I did this 2-hour live and it's still loading, but it'll be up soon. That's right. I got tired of my human skin and feel more comfortable as a lizard. As long as it's not a lot lizard. No Dice Media, ill-mannered everybody, Mr. Oxnard, Miss Yaya, J Slaughter, Mariana, Terps, 2 times. Thank you guys so much for having been here with me. Chris, thanks. Drive safely, Chris. Ramiro, ill-mannered Indigenous was in here as well. Iron Man, Mag, nice to see you, Mag, always. You know I got love and respect for you. Miss Yaya, Shankopotamus, Machete, Ghost, Gooners, Villain, everybody that was here that took their time to write in the chat. Torta Pounder, thank you guys so much. Oakland, thank you so much, Oakland, everything as well for your support. Moni, thanks, Moni, for Blue and Mimi as well. E.T., X-Rated. We had the family here. Runner's Pug. Everyone came through. And I appreciate it. And I know there's much more that are working. Hangman Stranger. All of you guys. My respect to every single one of you. You guys are always in my thoughts, always in my prayers. And we're going to continue doing what we do. Shout out to everybody. And until next time,